Hi guys, welcome back to my space. In today's tutorial I'm going to be sharing with you how to make this beautiful over bust stylish top. You can rock this on your jean, on Ankara fabric, any short of your choice. If this video sounds interesting, you need to sit back and keep on watching. So for this tutorial I'll be making use of a bridal stain. Okay, you can use a crepe fabric, you can use any fabric of your choice, even damask, you can use it. So the first thing you need to do is take your inches off. I took 6 inches off. I took my bust point, which is 11, my under bust, which is 14.5, then my waistline, which is 18. But because I made a mistake, guys, I noticed that my fabric was going to waste, so I had to shift it downwards. So I take everything I took again. So that place I start is nothing. Okay, so I took my 6 inches off my waistline, which is 11, my 14.5 under bust, then my waistline 18. That is the same thing I use for my full length, because I mean we are going to join, so that will be my half length also. So after which I took my bust measurement, then I added extra 5 inches all the way down. So after adding extra 5 inches all the way down, I went ahead to confirm my measurement again to know if I'm doing the right thing. Okay, so after which I went ahead to take my nipple to nipple measurement, which I took 5 inches from my off. I took 5 inches from to my bust point, 5 inches, my waistline 5 inches, my full length 5 inches. After which I went ahead to add extra 1 inch for my off, because I'm still going to come down. Okay, I add extra 1 inch for my off. Then I went ahead to take my to take 1 inch both side, then connect it to my bust point. Then under my bust I took 2 inches, then I connect it all the way down. Then right here I took 1 inch also, then I connected everything all together. My upper area I took 1 inch, in my under bust I took 2 inches, in my center under bust I took 1 inch. It's very simple. After which I went ahead to cut it open, just like I'm doing right now on your screen. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you're a new comer, if today is the first time you're coming across this video, thank you so much for clicking. I coach and teach everything concerning fashion designing. My tutorial are always very easy and simple, so you need to subscribe to this space, so you are definitely going to know everything we are doing right here. You guys should pardon me. So after which I went ahead to join everything together like I just did, so I can take my 6 inch from my center bust to my armhole area is 6 inches. So because of our seams allowance and all of that, we will not only take that 6 inches. I went ahead to add extra 1 inch. Okay, because of all our joinings and all of that. So remember I took 6 inches off. Thank you. So that's 6 inches off. I went ahead to connect it to that 7 inches that we took. Then from that 7 inches I also connected all the way down back. You guys should just pay attention to the video. I know you understand it when you do, and if you do not, let me know in the comment section. So after which I went ahead to cut out what I have right here. I cut it all out. So this is what you should have. You remember in the video, in the picture, the arm area is kind of pointed upward, so that is the same thing we have. So after which I went ahead to pattern out everything I have in my back area, minus the dart. The length, the down part, the upper body is the same thing, the same curve, the same shape, minus the dart. So after connecting and cutting all of that, I went ahead to mark my my waistline, and came in by ½ inch both sides, which makes it 1 inch. So that was what I did. Then after which you can also come in by 1 inch each. Okay, which makes it 2 inch. Is also fine. For this tutorial I said earlier that you can use damask, you can use crepe, not just anyhow crepe, not all those soft crepes, very quality, high quality crepes, those ones that are very thick, those cotton crepes. That's what you can use. Or you can use damask, plain damask. You can also use this bridal stain I used. So after which, remember we took 17 inches off for my waistline. So to complete your full length, you go ahead and mark from that 17 inches and add your full length, which is my full length. I marked 16 inches, 1 inch for my seams. Okay, and I also took 25 inches for my length. I later noticed that that was not enough, because remember, we are going to gather the up and the down of that ball to give it that effect. Okay, so I will advise you add extra 3 inches, rather not 3 inches. Okay, so that it will be accurate, the length will be okay when you're done. So after which, I also cut out something like that twice. I use 2 inches, that is a 2 yards, that is 4 yards length. Okay, for that part, that was why it was that full. So after which, you go ahead and cut your lining in a bias form. Okay, you are not going to cut it straight, because if you cut it straight, it will not be, as in, I don't know, it will not be okay, sha. So you go ahead and cut it in a bias form. I also took the same 6 inches, then also took the same 25 inches for my length, 16 inches for my waistline, then 25, everything 25 inches, which I later noticed that it was too long. You will later see it in the video. Okay, so but after everything, you still have every right to trim off. So I advise you do this one longer. It's better you do it longer than it is not enough. Okay, so you cut this length, this one and the other one with the same length of what you have in your actual fabric. Mind you, I use the same fabric for both the lining and the fabric material, the style rather, for the fabric and the lining. I use the same thing. So after everything, I cut out everything, then give it to my girls to gum. So while they were doing that, I started joining all my pieces together, which is my lining. I remember I told you that I use the same fabric for both the lining and the actual fabric. So after that, before I was done joining everything that I have for the lining and my back area, they were already done with the breast pad. So I went ahead to stitch, to sew my breast pad for my side front to my center front, the same thing both sides. Then I did the same thing all the way around. Then after which, I gave them to open up, like press open, then do the finishing ironing. If you've watched my video up to this time and you are yet to subscribe to my space, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell button. I teach everything concerning fashion designing, undiluted, raw. Okay, I said in my last video that I would love to do online free master class, that if you guys are interested, you should let me know in the comment section. But it seems as if you guys are not interested, because nobody commented that they are interested. um this is a video, like live video masterclass, where you can interact with the Zoom masterclass, where you can interact, ask questions, we do practical and all of that. But since you guys do not respond in my other video, I am still saying it again. If you're interested, let me know right in this video. So after which, I went ahead to join my gather together. You remember I told you I cut out 2 2 inch 2 2 yards, because the fabric was 2 yards, so I cut it out to 2, that is times 2. I joined it all the way down. Then I had to gather the up and the down part, just like it is being showed right now on your screen. So after which, I brought out my lining. Then I placed my lining front to front of my fabric and front of my lining, just like this. And I helped in the stitches. Reason why I help doing this is that I do not want my gather to scatter, so I help to lay down my gather while my machine climb on it, just like I am showing you right now on your screen. Please, while you are sewing this part, do not join the sides. You know, we are going to sew the down part and the upper part. Okay, please do not join the sides first. The reason is because it might not balance up, so you need to sew this gather area first before you go back and sew this side. You still see it in the video. I just wanted to like share with you guys. So I noticed that my lining was longer in length and also wider. Okay, so I had to chop it out. So after I was done gathering the down part, you are turning the down part, please, the upper part you are not going to turn it, because the down part is what is going to be outside, everybody's going to see it. That is why you're going to turn the down part, leaving the upper part. So this was what we have, so I had to arrange it manually like this. So while arranging it, I made sure my down part is longer than my upper part is longer than my down part. If your down part is longer than your upper part, then you know that your lining will be showing on your fabric. So you need to make sure that your upper part is longer than your down part. That was why after I was done stitching that, I had to trim off the excess. So when I was done doing that, it's time for us to close our sides. Yes, remember I told you that you should not close it yet because of our gather. It's too much. And it will not be balanced when you're turning your lining. So it's high time you're going to fold the down part, the sides. So you are going to go ahead and turn it just like I did right now on your screen. Then sew it all the way to the top. Then turn it back inside. I hope you all understand. Okay, if you've watched my video up to this time and you're yet to be one of our wonderful family, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe to my channel, and to all my subscribers, you guys are wonderful. You guys are really doing great in this space, and I pray that the good Lord will continue to boost my intelligence to show you more and more educative tutorial. Amen. And to those that do not want to subscribe or do not believe in us, but used to come and steal our video and watch and go and recreate, thank you. You guys are still wonderful. So after which, I went ahead to do the second side, just like I'm doing right now on your screen. You guys, they should just normalize, as in create a machine, a sewing machine, industrial sewing machine that does not cut thread. Cutting of thread while sewing frustrates me more than anything in this life. I don't know why it is like that. You'll be sewing something very important and you are trying so hard not to make mistakes and all of that. The next thing, your thread is going to cut and everything is going to scatter. You're going to start afresh again. It's frustrating. So after which, I went ahead to place my lining and my everything together. I took my measurement and it was excess, so I trimmed them all out. Then after which, I went ahead to join it just like that. I notched, then top stitch. Okay, see, you need to notch in anything you're sewing, most especially when you're dealing with the neck area, so your down part will not be showing in your front area. So you need to notch and top stitch. That will help you to relax very well. After which, I went ahead to cover up every part. Remember that part, that arm area that curved, I cover it all up. I stitch my both sides, leaving my down area only. That's the only part you're going to leave. Why we left it is because we are going to join the other one, then we weave that part. So after which, I went ahead to take my actual measurement so that I will know if my lining is not too long or too short. I went ahead to take my actual measurement, and when I noticed that everything is perfect, I went ahead to stitch it all down. Mind you, if you feel like you are still doubting yourself, you can as well iron before you sew that part. So I first put it on my bust, and our bustier is busting. Our bustier is busting. So I went ahead to do the same thing, cover my back area, notch, top stitch, and that. And this is what we have when I was done. I passed it on to my girls to iron. Of course, you need to iron. So after which, I went ahead to take my measurement, then sew. I didn't go to the machine to take my measurement and use chalk to chalk that down. I just did it like that. You guys, I was really rushing because I was supposed to travel the next day. That was what happened. So I just take my measurement on my machine like that. So after which, I noticed that it was excess and I trimmed that out. And I did the same thing in this other area to also trim that area out, and everything was perfect. So after which, I introduced my down part to my upper part. Then I noticed my camera wasn't doing properly. So this is what you have. See our back area, the lining area, see how neat it is and straight. Then see our front, how crunchy our front area is. So after that, I went ahead to place it like this, and also helped it manually to sew it down like that, and everything was perfect. I went ahead to fix my zipper. Then after fixing my zipper, I went ahead to cut out my, we took 6 inches off, which means times 2 is 12. So I went ahead to cut out 24 inches length of my sleeve, after which I cut out 10 inches length of my elastic. Then everything is straight, okay? Then I pass on my elastic into it like this. It's the elastic that will form the crunch. So I pass it on like that, and this is what we have. I called my girl to try it on her hand, and it wasn't tight, so I know it was perfect. And this is the final result. What do you all think about this video? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.